And Dido joins me now, looking exactly the same. They say you get the face you deserve. You must have been a very good girl.
Oh. That's very sweet of you.
Oh, you look fantastic. So look, 5 years kind of without... since the last album.
Yes.
Was that like a conscious decision or did the time just go by?
No, it never is a conscious decision. I just seem to sort of take my time. I mean, I do a lot of living between albums because the albums are always quite sort of, you know, personal thing.
Yes.
And then also had my son and I wanted to just hang out with him.
Well, do you know what? I think you're absolutely right. You can't get those early years back. And if you're lucky enough to spend time with him, why wouldn't you?
Exactly.
Why wouldn't you? It's little Stan. Is he Stan or Stanley?
Stanley.
He's definitely Stanley.
Definitely Stanley.
And it's got nothing to do with the song?
Nothing to do with the song.
Really not? Because everybody assumes that, don't they?
I know.
Everybody assumes it, because that very, very famous song, of course. But no, you just love the name Stanley?
Well, you know what? When I was a teenager and, you know, I was with my mate, I remember sitting on a wall and they were like, what are you going to call your kid? And I was like, Stanley. And
so you knew?
Bizarrely, well, when I met my husband, that was the name that was his favourite as well, for like different reasons. So it was a bit of a sort of foregone
So you were
conclusion.
perfectly matched, you two.
We
You're thinking even then, even back then. But that, I guess, that was what really, you know, obviously the album was extraordinarily successful. I mean, over 20 million, that's amazing.
It's bonkers.
It is. I mean, you think of the amount of people that will have heard your music, because that obviously has ripple effects. Yes. Worldwide.
Well, that, always, that's when it sort of would hit home to me, is when you'd be somewhere like super far away from home, like in a bar in Thailand, and someone would be singing the song, or in Africa, or, you know, or just somewhere like really random, and you're like, wow, that's crazy.
No, it really is. It's brilliant. So this new album is out now. There's been a single from it. Again, for you, it's always personal. Are there songs in there about your life now, about your boy, about things like that?
There's always a mixture of stuff. There's a mix of my life. My brother writes some of the lyrics too. There's sort of stories I've heard. There's one song actually at the end of the album which actually is quite a personal song, just about having a kid. I sort of swore I'd never write a song about having a kid, and then did slightly by accident, exactly. But yeah, so I put that one on there just because it sort of summed up how I felt.
Now, so he must be 7 now. Is he aware of that his mum's called Dido and she does things like, you know, all of these amazing songs? Do you know what I mean? Because you're just his mum.
I know, but kids are cool. They just accept whatever
They do.
is going on.
Absolutely.
Like, it doesn't bat an eyelid,
No.
really.
Do you have, because the music business has changed a lot, hasn't it? And you can be a bit upset about it, or actually embrace it, embrace the fact that people can download your music no matter where they are in the world, which is probably a good thing. But for anybody coming up now, what have you got any advice for them? Because it's hard.
It is hard. I think just keep doing what you love and what you believe in. Like, I think, you know, I was lucky that I always got to do that. I sort of did that from the beginning and then was left to always do that afterwards. And it just means you just feel, it feels so good. You know, for me, it's about what I put out there musically. I need to be sort of proud of it. So I think that's all I would say, is just do the stuff you believe in and don't worry about any of the others.
Exactly, and just paddle your own canoe.
Exactly.
Just toddle along. You work with your brother, of course. Kind of wouldn't do it without him, I guess?
You know, this time I just didn't want to. I realised that, you know, when I started music, it was sort of just to hang out with my brother. And then we made No Angel, and then it sort of went a bit crazy. But I just thought, you know what, I just want to hang out with my brother again. And music's almost just a thing that happens when we hang out with each other. So this album was very much that. It was just made at each other's houses, and very relaxed, easy thing to do.
Fantastic. That really is a family affair.
It was really nice,
I bet it was. I bet it was. Going to be touring later on? Yeah?
Yes, I'm super excited. I haven't toured for 15 years.
Goodness me.
So, which I didn't realise I'd left it quite that long. So I'm really excited. We actually started rehearsing last week, and I just suddenly got that rush of, oh my God, I really missed this.
Yeah, I'll bet. No, I totally appreciate that. And so it's a mixture of kind of, I guess it's exciting, a little bit scary at the same time, being away for
absolutely.
And is it the UK or are you
all over the world? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And will you just take Stanley with you?
It was a bit of both.
Yeah,
basically.
That's good. When they're that age, it's actually it's easier.
Yes.
Yeah, it's when they start going to secondary school and there's exams and all that malarkey. So quite right to do it now.
Exactly.
Is it true that your birthday's into Christmas, but
it is Christmas Day,
but you don't celebrate it on Christmas Day?
Well, I mean, it's sort of, you know, I mean, to be honest, at this point, birthdays are just
it's
whatever. But no, in theory, I celebrate it in the middle of the year, but we've forgotten that one too now.
Yeah. I think that's great. Have 2 birthdays like the Queen. Why not? Why not, indeed? It's so good to see you.
Oh,
it really
nice
is
to be
fantastic to see you. We've missed you.
Oh.
And the album's out right now? People can get it?
Not yet, no. It's out in March the 8th,
Right,
I think.
OK.
Yeah.
And then obviously touring later on in the year. May, June?
May, June onwards, yeah.
Perfect. All the details will be out there. Dido, great to see you.
Oh, thank you for having me.
And
Thank
what is
you.
your secret to remaining looking exactly the same?
I don't know.
There is no secret. Just live a good life.
Yeah.
Live a good life. That's what it is. Thank you very much indeed.